Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I thought some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And here's the thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one at the go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are top.
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Fellas, a draw that feels like a loss. How much times we say that? And I think we on the brink of exit from Europe, right? But when you score 9 goals away from home, right? We're talking about 3 versus Bayern, right? 3 versus Copenhagen and 3 today, and here win none. Why? Because they concede 11 goals, right? I think we deserve to be in the position we in, real talk, right? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was, real upset, dejected after the game. And I mean, I'm still waiting for that dust to settle. But it has some hope, right? We're still in it. All right, we just need to beat Bayern. I hope that Galatasaray and Copenhagen draw. All right. So yeah. Anyway, how are they doing? We have, Veda. Welcome. She's making her debut. The circumstances unfortunate, but as per usual, she left. All right. But when she comes back in, right, Veda was, yes. So she was making her debut, right, and I know the circumstances are not ideal. We go like when we bring in on some new people for it to be under better circumstances. But still, right? Man United win, lose or draw, right? So I give you a couple seconds just to introduce yourself to those who viewing the panel here, and let us know about yourself and how you became a Man United fan. So go through.
Hi everyone, good night. I'm Veda. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but I've been a United fan for as long as I could walk. My uncle and grandpa, they both are football players, so I've been in all their FET matches, every game that they would play, and that's how I got seasoned into the football nature, I guess. And then I started to support United because I just went towards their team, and then I just grew up looking at them, and I just never stopped. So now I have all the pain and sorrow that you all have from after watching today's game. So yeah.
All right. Now we're not going to ask you, how old you are, right? But have you seen Dwight York playing a Manchester United jersey? That is all I want to know.
I am 21, so I have
Okay.
seen clips and yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. Well, glad to have you on. All right. Simeon, chef. Onana is a joke. Fellas, what are saying? What's going on?
Chef, I can start. Chef, you believe Reem start off saying there's hope? You believe Reem start off this podcast talking about there's still hope?
Reem want a effing slap.
I did say no. I did say for the optimists. I said for the optimists out there, right?
Oh,
That's what I said.
you're not one of them.
What about the realist? What about the realist, Reem? Is there still hope? You trying to tell me in our
Well, you talk for the realists then. You talk for the realists. I talk for the optimists, right?
I mean, if we
I just put it out there, right? It have hope.
I told
If
people
we can keep up.
if we
I
can
told
keep some
people-
defense.
I told people in the transfer window in the summer when our group was drawn with Galatasaray and Bayern Munich, I said we were going to be ending up in Europa League, and nobody believed me. And lo and behold, fast forward to November 29th, 2023. By the way, tomorrow is Barbados' independence, so happy independence to Barbados. Anyway,
Happy Independence, Barbados.
yes. I fast forward to today, where you guys will not believe the one statistic that had me even a bit more I don't want to say my blood was boiling, but it was more like, wow. Guess which team in our group stage has scored the most goals?
Probably Manchester United, maybe.
Us?
Manchester United has scored 12 goals after today, followed by Bayern Munich, who has scored 11. Guess who is at the top of the table? Guess who is at the bottom? How can
We
we
don't have a guess. We got it there.
We
It there for us to see.
don't.
how can we score 12 goals in this group stages and still be at the bottom of the table? Right? But yeah, I won't rant any longer. I have more ranting to do for the next hour or so. I'll let Veda and Simeon and Chef take the floor when they're ready. So
Now, before we go any further, like Kareem say, I'm normally the pessimist, but last game, when we were beating up Everton and we were all happy and smiling, I say, Ten Hag was, talking some good talk. He said, the team looks good right now. It should win some games, and Kareem, it was Kareem himself when we mentioned Onana said, you know what? I know he had some good games, but he's still a suspect. Kareem has never waned from his skepticism
Right.
of Onana. Even when he looked
Yeah.
better, Kareem had always said, his fundamentals in there, and watching that game today, I say Kareem boys just because like in anything you do, once you don't have the fundamentals down, you can't succeed. You might have a good run here and there, but once things start going bad and that fundamentals break down, you start seeing things, go astray. And like today, like them goals that man let in today, like it's not you can't just teach. I mean, it should be taught. Like, I had to go back and look at the analysis of Onana before, and all these things were there. Like all these issues were there, but they were always covered up by ball playing, ball playing, ball playing. He could revolutionize, And when so yeah, his wrist a little bit weak. His position might be a little bit wrong, but it's always ball playing. And then people say, well, he could come, he could play with Casemiro, he could play with Martinez, he could play with Varane, and he'll be okay. But I'm just amazed that if you look back and you really dig deep enough, you'll see people say that Onana has these problems, and we still sign him and got rid of the hair. I don't know. Like I can't believe we are in a situation like how we are. Why we sign him? Given that this information was there, I know we want a ball playing goalkeeper, but if this man fundamentals itself is not there, I mean, how we go fix that? I mean, I'm not a goalkeeping coach, but like that's a problem.
If you all had put me in the goal, I wasn't letting those first two goals go in at all.
I believe you. I believe you.
Like, if you watch the highlights from or even watch the game, you'd see like it was he jumped in the wrong direction, or he just like didn't even really try with the first two goals. The third one was, I guess, the third one was valid, but the first two,
Chef, and you was a goalkeeper or something like that?
No, sir, never.
Never?
Always a
Oh,
stopper.
okay.
Always play in defense.
you know the Spider-Man meme where Spider-Man pointing at each other.
yeah.
Replace Spider-Man with Onana and De Gea.
So
No, I agree with you.
would have been the same.
The most,
I think
the most, Simeon finish. I don't want to disturb Simeon. I don't want to cut it.
I'm done. I can't say anything more, man. I can't say anything
No,
more.
but just before you jump in, Chef, right? Just to answer Veda's question, right? I think there are points about the hair that's we missing where he is better than Onana. But I do think also that De Gea, his time was up, right? What I will criticize is our scouting of a goalkeeper, right? We went again after another player who played under Ten Hag at some point in his career, right? And that is my issue with all the recruits so far. Is either this player play in Netherlands or they play under Ten Hag, for the most part, right? The majority of them. And I mean, after preseason, when I saw certain things about Onana, now chances I could be wrong and the man will come good there, right? But I saw enough for me to know that I think we could come to the place where we're saying, hey, probably we make her out and then we look again. Go ahead, chef.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page with regards to that. I don't think it's having any coming back really for me.
Good night, good night, everybody. Welcome to the panel, Vida. Dan, Onana. So I want before I start on Onana, because I swear for the last 3 hours I've been dealing with this conversation. Oh yeah, we need to put that whole David De Gea thing to bed. He ain't there. He gone. I think for the majority of the United supporters, we had to know his time was up, and this is absolutely no lack of gratitude for what he did for the club, because Jed, big to big, he saved United plenty in the last few years. That being said, the type of goalkeeper he is what world football is moving from. We can't have a keeper who was so, even to this date, was still getting beaten first post, was still not commanded in his box as he's supposed to be. Still conceding soft goals. Yes, nobody is not going to say he didn't make the spectacular and didn't pull us out, but Dan De Gea was still conceding stupid goals. Like, we forgetting that up to weekend when we play Everton, before the Everton game, during the Everton game, they were showing the last time we play Everton when De Gea conceded some foolish goal. So we were happy, we will be thankful for De Gea time, but move on from that because he wasn't the greatest thing ever. So relax with that talk. Right. Let me deal with who we had known. Jeremy line, I tell you, the man does make it real hard to defend him. Because I really and truly started saying, hey, he catching himself. He catching himself. He looking better. I still don't like how he does. That man does parry. I have never seen a keeper parry a ball as terrible as Onana. I don't know no keeper. I could include our fet match keepers. Does parry a ball right back into the offense. Every keeping basics is that you parry the ball away. This man consistently parries this ball back into the to the goal. That one. Next thing too, Dan, your judgment cannot be so poor, Dread. People want to for the second goal, they're saying, well, he would have seen the ball late. Bro, he's more for that now. He's more for that. This is a big international keeper. I can't even, it was the worst part. I can't even blame our defense, for them goals,
That's the thing, chef. That's the thing, chef. Nothing. Our defense did nothing wrong today, but I think it's the third goal that we conceded that really made me turn off my.
Yeah.
I was like, you have got to be kidding me, Onana. You get chipped in preseason about 9.5 times. You're still getting chipped now, and it's December. You got to be kidding me, bruv. Well,
you remember first off, who was that boy? He tried to chip him, and it came off terrible. But obviously, it didn't. The chippy guy tried, but he was just inside the half, and it didn't come off at all. But men having the mindset already that we could catch him.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but our
Um,
yeah, talk
we'll
about that, yeah.
yeah we'll come back on Onana, right? Let me just get some comments, and guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast, right? We're gonna get more people in on the content. Kristen on the inside, good night, Kristen. Saying I put in my input and I go on again. Maguire and Lindelof have been solid for quite some time now, but they need protection. We midfield ain't at it at all. All and well, we keeper he always have a mistake in him, right? Aaron on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. Kristen, you also saying fellas and lady, right? Yes. Jody on the inside, Jody, thanks for joining, man. Blessed night to you. So I really feel United was winning this game. Jody, not tonight, right? Not tonight. I still saw her. All right. Davion, good night to you, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying easy answer to that. We don't control 90 for 90 minutes, and that's true. Sometimes we could be 3-0 up, and you're still wondering whether we will see that out there.
Oh yeah,
Christian
I don't
saying,
know if it was just me, but I reach a stage now. I'm never comfortable with United leading it or scoring, and I watching this game, and I know men go say yes, chef, but again, people who know me, I was just waiting, because I have no trust in this team, This team, this team is a red woman slash Spanish, I have absolutely too much no trust in
Chef,
you at all.
Chef, Chef, we have a lady on the panel. Relax. um, Kristen, the views of Chef is not the views of All in All United, right? um,
No,
Kristen saying here we
boy,
have a keeper. Kristen saying we keeper have us there. Yeah.
I can't
Um,
disagree with Krista. I cannot. We start off by blaming the midfield. Uh, but then the team really did. What I could say is, and I know we're going to get to that, we should have scored our other opportunities. Men blazing over back in front of goal over and over and over, and I expect to get torch on the other end.
correct. Correct. Jody saying here, yeah, Reem, rep for me and the goalkeeper. Yeah, well, we know Jody, still a little better off the here, you know. Davion, and we don't defend as a unit. Well, this is it. This is it. It's so easy to pass through teams carving us open as though JP on the inside. Good night, JP. Thanks for joining. He's saying this cannot be the
Good
same
night, brother.
Onana who went all the way, with Inter in the Champions League final as a standout in that team. Nigel on the inside. Good night. He's saying, Chef, we bought a modern goalkeeper, and he worse than the here. So what's your point? His basic ball handling is ish.
Mm.
All right.
So,
Curtin on the
okay,
inside.
can I
Good
answer
night,
that?
Curtin.
Since he addressed,
Go through. Go through.
yeah, yeah, we did buy a modern keeper, but based on what he was doing at Inter, we thought we had bought a solid keeper, and just as Reem said, we could come to these to the conclusion he ain't it. But based on what the man was showing before, it was the type of keeper we wanted. There's a reason, and I will say this over and over and over. There's a reason that to this day, one, David De Gea doesn't have a club. Two, he's not even Spain's number one. So as much as men want to argue that is too very, how this man who is so great in everybody's eyes can't find a club. He so want to extend it honeymoon.
Boy, he probably wished the fax machine hadn't broken, boy.
No,
Signal
I
saying his
mean,
money.
I mean, I have one thing. Like, if you go back and you look hard enough, you'll find people saying, like, that's my thing. That's why we talk about scouting. You would see all these little things. If you were looking for that, you would find issues that Onana has right now.
Yeah.
You would see the weak wrist, you would see the positioning, you would see the fundamentals that were not there. The thing that Karim, half about, even though he was playing well and was doing, making saves, is like you just see he's not fundamentally sound. and those things were there, but people were brushed it off, and they were like, well,
We
you know,
getting a
he,
keeper.
yeah, he could pass the ball good, he could do all stuff with his foot, and he have Varane, Martinez, and Casemiro in front, so he ain't gotta be a good shot stopper. That
Yeah,
was that was the logic, but ain't no Varane there, ain't no
Martinez.
Martinez, Casemiro injured again, so but it's hard to it's hard to even with if they were there, these mistakes are you know glaring.
Glaring.
So, but that's why you
Yeah.
have that's why most teams have a guy upstairs that tell them, hey, yeah, I know you want this coach, I know you want this player, but you see this, you see these issues, are just double check. I don't know if we have anybody in the scouting to tell Ten Hag, hey, you see this, you see these issues, because like we just buy anybody, you know, and then we see what happens, afterwards.
What is the point
I
of
mean,
having a
the hope.
second keeper?
No, well, the hope is that and just to Simeon point, the hope is that with the new, structure in the club that problem will fix, right? And
Next
to
year, right?
chef your
Next year, right?
question, yeah, and to your question, chef, I mean, we hope now that Ten Hag will get the next keeper a chance, right? Let me just get the comments here, and I want to put the next question to Veda, right? Um, so Curtin on the inside, he's saying good night, fellas and fellat, fellat.
Man is Comedy Central tonight, boy.
Oh, well, I thought man was referring to me when you pronounce that.
um, Jolly saying, Chef, that's your point. But De Gea set a high standard in some shitty teams he played with. So that's the measurements we will be analyzing other goalkeepers on. And I think there's a fair comment here. There's a fair
It
comment
is.
here.
But
Yeah.
Reem, I want to because this is what have I ever said or been ungrateful of this the here anyway? Then the here it was a proper. There's no United fan, and I've said this a million times. There's no United fan who could really say the glad here not there. That is not what it's about. But what we can agree that at this juncture, we needed to move away. And no men have all this gratitude towards the here, and I get that. I can't fault a man for that. But Dan, we could agree the
Yeah.
here was doing nonsense to dread.
Yeah. Um,
But I get you, Judy.
so
I
let
get
me
you. I
put this
get.
question to you. Yeah. So let me put this question to you, Vida. Right? There's this statement that I saw on X, formerly known as Twitter, right? That Manchester United are heading out of the Champions League because of Onana. You think there's a fair and accurate statement to make?
I think so because I feel like it would have been 3-1 if we had a better keeper. But as well as not only that, I think like we need to control the game a little more, so not concede one after the next. But I think Onana is the main cause, if I'm being honest, from what I see, because I feel like our players, like I think Chef was saying, like they actually try, like they try down to the last minute, and usually from watching United, when we concede a goal, I feel like everybody had to just go down and we just concede more and more.
Yeah,
But I
we
feel
lack
like
in that mentality. Yeah,
yeah, we tried down to the last minute, in my opinion, and we had a lot of chances, and we didn't really take them. As you say, like they were hitting the bar and stuff, so that's also a problem. But I think in this case, the main issue was the keeper.
yeah. We're saying there, Phil. You agree with Veda?
Yeah, I agree with Veda. Mistakes in the first fixture versus Bayern Munich. 2 goals because of him we conceded.
Yep.
Mistakes in the home game versus Galatasaray. I think there was two
Yep.
goals. This guy get chipped from 99 yards, big man. Come on. That's so two mistakes he made versus Bayern Munich. 2 mistakes he made versus Galatasaray, right? So that could have been two W's there already, right? And then the two are I think the mistakes came down today to Bruno and also Onana, right? I know Hakim Ziyech was going to go for goal when I saw those two fouls given, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, but not I digress. Definitely Onana is at fault for three fixtures. Three fixtures. Did he come big versus Copenhagen in the last 90 in the 90th minute when he saved the penalty? Okay, sure. Right? But one versus three, come on. Right? At the end of the day, Onana is part or a majority of the reason why we are out of the Champions League. Not we're going out of the Champions League, we are out of the Champions League. It's funny because where I work, all of a sudden, Galatasaray fans know me. I'm like, I don't know you, but you know me. I find Galatasaray fans messaging me on Slack and all of these other instant messaging. Yo, Phil, how my United doing? And these guys don't even know proper English, but they know enough English to message me when my United losing. Right? Jesus Lord, boy.
Simeon, what you saying? Anybody think otherwise? That is not Onana's fault?
I don't want to squat Simeon. Sorry, I don't want to see you squat Simeon.
I mean, it got hard. Like the man had his worst games again in the Champions League. I mean, it just blatant. I mean, yeah, you could a team that's so flawed. That one position alone, that could cost you a whole lot, and it did.
Yeah, yeah. Chef?
Onana had to take some jam, but again, it's a team sport, and our lack of finishing definitely cost us big time in tight games in Champions League also. So to put the total blame on him is probably hard. He could certainly shoulder a good amount of it tonight, any night, to be blocking for him at all. So yeah, but it had too much games that in this group stage that we had chances and should have and could have scored and just flop our chances.
Yeah, yeah. Let me just get through some of these comments here, right? Nigel saying here, Onana has to be blamed, but this team has no character, boy. They cannot
Well
take any
said.
sort of pressure. Yeah, yeah.
Well said. Be mentally
Um,
soft.
yeah, real weak, real weak. Dion Cameron on the inside, thanks for joining, Dion. Good night to
Maybe a
you.
good
She said
night.
my feelings are hurt. All right, this was a loss. We played well. Onana is the one. This one is on you. This one alone. You didn't see the Bayern Munich game, or? All right. So you're saying here, Nigel is not what we cannot. It's not that we can't absorb pressure. It's just that we don't know how to control a game. Twice we gave up 2 goals, and this is true. This is
Facts.
so
I
true.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
mm, we go
Yeah.
get some hard later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Davian saying here, spot on, chef. The hair time was up. Right. Again, I don't think we was ever doubting or denying that, All right. It's just
How
As I
everything
always say,
transpired.
Pep Guardiola could sign a goalkeeper now. It's a workout. He's signing a next one next season, and nobody is saying nothing. Right.
But then you saying
Um.
about goalkeeper, it's not just goalkeeper.
No.
If
Well, when
Pep
I
signs
say
any position
anybody,
and it didn't
anybody,
work, out,
anybody.
but
Yeah.
Dan, you see what you're doing, Grealish? Slowly
Nah,
but
he ain't doing
surely.
Grealish nothing. Nah, he ain't doing Grealish nothing.
Dan,
Don't worry yourself.
no, I just saying, Dan, the youth coming, the
Who
what you name from
Doku?
look, Dan,
Don't worry,
that
no
left
man.
wing is
Grealish picture. Don't worry yourself.
not this season.
Davian saying, yeah, I want Onana to succeed, but he making it hard to defend him. But
Uh,
yeah, for sure, for
real hard.
sure. Jesus on the inside, good evening to you. He's saying glory, glory,
Oh,
Man
big
United for
brother, good night.
life. Yeah. I see Onana turn a man in midfield. Yeah. You'll get that and then you'll get crap.
Yeah,
Right? JP saying here, apart from Onana trash performance, we too easy to play. We have
yep,
one man in the midfield to do three men job and Scott just lineman in front. Galatasaray look like they could score with every breakaway. This is a fact.
yep.
Right? Every time Galatasaray
Every
attack,
time.
I was worried that we'd concede. Every
And
single time.
straight up the center.
Yeah.
Straight up the
Um,
center.
yeah. Davian saying here, I watched the Everton game and we were lucky that their finishing was poor. That is also true. We
Correct,
were clinical. We were more clinical.
correct.
That's the thing. And we were fortunate because today we were clinical, I mean, for the earlier part of the game. All right. Jody saying here, Davian, not only you, but men put him high on a pedestal way before he can prove himself. So, yeah, Jody, I know Jody, he feeling some form of kind of thing how they hear, I know. All right, Jody. Kevin James on the inside, good night. So we don't have no more keeper in this team? Yeah, boy.
Nice. Oh,
No, but the
listen.
question. So let me put it out there as much as it's here, right? Sorry, chef. Let me put this as much as it's here, right? Um, and I'll start with Vida again, right? What do we do with Onana? Because I mean, at the start of the season, let's just put it like this: his career hasn't really started as we would have wanted. He's been central to a lot of errors. Ten Hag has backed him. He still make mistakes. Ten Hag come out and back him. So has the jury deliberated on Onana? What do we do? Do we drop him? Do we persist? What are we doing?
I mean, I think everybody should have a fair chance, but I feel like right now we shouldn't persist. I believe we had Ethan on the bench. We could have given him a play. I don't. In my opinion, after today and the three other games or whatever, I don't think so.
So you ready to move
I
move
already to
past
sack him,
Onana?
but I would, like everybody deserve a chance, and maybe he just coming into the chemistry or whatever. But from what I see, it's not necessarily that he acclimating. It's more that he just making like poor decisions and like goalkeeping himself.
Yeah. What about you, chef?
Then we second keeper get any chance to. Who is the second keeper?
I think
Bayern
it's
there.
done.
Now
Out
Yeah,
and
Bayern there and
there,
then Heaton.
out in something, by and there, something.
and
Yeah.
hence we went out
Yeah.
and signed him too.
Yeah.
He from
So then, and that's my point. So if you sign two keepers, they're supposed to be challenging each other. So if one right now is not doing what he's supposed to do, give the other keeper opportunity. Means saying drop the man from all the, means saying do him a Sancho, but give another player the opportunity, though. We're not cutthroat business. So what we gonna say? We all right. We go down. We rallying with one another, bro. Yes, we goalkeeper. Use the final line, defense. From how long we'll give you again, brother? I know this might sound harsh, but we have a second and third keeper. Give men a chance.
What are you saying, Simeon?
I mean, yeah, I think we need to. I mean, I think we need to see the next goalkeeper. I mean, it's gonna be hard. We can't do it now because of the fixtures that are coming up. Are gonna be really tough. But like, I think we should have at least seen one of them before. Um, uh, Cleverly, I don't like what Onana's giving me right now. Um, that being said, of all the players we have, I've seen I've seen Ten Hag pictured more with Onana than most of them combined. Like Onana is Ten Hag's boy. I don't see him making a change unless things get real. I mean, things bad now, but unless he have another game like he did today, I don't see Ten Hag making that change. So
Um, yeah, and I like the direction you went with that Simeon, and this one is for you, Phil. Is it as easy for Ten Hag as to just say, well, okay, Bayern there, or okay, Tom Heaton, I drop in Onana now? Is it that easy to just say, well, okay, well, take a break, and I'm using somebody else?
But when Ten Hag first signed, all of us were raving about Ten Hag having no favorites. Ten Hag didn't have any favoritism in this team. Ten Hag is ruthless. What changed between last season and now? Right? Put Andre Onana on the bench and bring in this Turkish goalkeeper to see what he can do. Is it that easy? I I don't like how the way you phrase the question, but I mean, what I would say is that, like I said a couple seconds ago, the Ten Hag that we knew last season was ruthless, was able to drop the likes of CR, was able to put Marcus Rashford on the bench for coming late. I mean, at the end of the day, you dropping Onana and putting in this Turkish goalkeeper, what's the worst that can happen, right? Now, here's my thing. If you drop the Turkish goal, if you put in the Turkish goalkeeper and he does a mistake, so what? Play him the next game. Because we are in a society where we have to judge players off of human beings, right? I don't care if we drop Onana and put in the Turkish goalkeeper, I play shit first game, I don't care. Play him the next game. But he's now getting accustomed to a team he has never played with before. It's clear. He's playing not the first time, but he's playing with them on the actual pitch instead of like practicing them weekend, right? So I would drop Onana and go with our second string keeper. That's what I would do.
All right. To me, I think it's a lot more complicated than that. I don't disagree with Ali. I think, we reached to the point now where Onana might have to watch some games from the side, get his head together because the mistakes happening a little too regular. But it has so much more dynamics, I think, but as to how it gonna affect the player. Because remember, you spend so much money on this player. This guy is your number one. Whatever you have in your head as how you want this team to play, you see it in your head, that Andrew Onana is central to that because of his ball playing ability or whatever, right? Even though I ain't seen no kind of ball playing ability to convince me that that is the case, right? But
Ream.
no,
You
no,
saying no. I agree with you, but with regards to you saying how it may affect the player, how you think it affecting us as United fans? Saying him
I
making
hear, I hear that, I hear that, I
how
hear
you
that.
think it's
But
affecting us on this panel, Ream? Affecting him, dropping him? I don't care. How you think it
Reem,
has been affecting us since the start? How you think it has been affecting us since match day one of the Champions League, Ream? Come on.
Reem,
How
and let me use your
do you think people in the comments, how do you think United fans across the world have been affected with this shit that Onana did versus Bayern Munich, in Germany, Galatasaray, in England, and even tonight?
there's the
How do you think
same
we've
there's
been
the same
affected?
way. I
but
hear,
Reem,
I hear,
let
yeah.
me ask you, let me use your same words. If Pep was our manager, what do you think he would have done?
Oh, psh.
No, I want Reem answer me.
Yeah, I suspect by now he would have dropped
And
definitely drop Onana.
By
Dan,
now,
United have to get out of this niceties. It didn't have that done. It don't. I get here, brother. I understand because Reem, as a Trinidadian, we inherently nice. We want to believe in the good that could work out. But here what? F that notice. I want to win.
Hey,
Yes,
hey, Steph.
about time we win.
I want to win.
For real.
I mean,
I
Steph.
tired suffer.
I
I
mean,
tired.
Steph.
One, men see it first. You see this podcast? This podcast not good for my life.
Hey,
I'm seeing today about an hour after the game. Chef, I feel you afraid that podcast tonight. I said, I don't know the man. The man watch me. Dog, I done mad. The man tired. The man watch me and tell me that. Chef, pressure on the podcast tonight, boy. I said, oh, boy. But I want to be recognized for Asia's catering. Not no pressure on
And
the podcast tonight.
take your plug now, chef. Take your plug now. Plug it, Asia's catering
Yeah,
now.
my shameless plug. I think it up too.
Nah, man. Like I feel like you got Steph. Steph want to win. Vida want to win. Phil want to win. But I mean, man, just say the project. You have to relax. Calm down. It's a project.
Well, this is it. This is it. No,
I,
see,
I,
when I know you're trying to be
That's what you-
sarcastic there, but that is it. But that is it. Is the project. So in the long term, we might look back and say, well, wait, but it's really a good thing. Ten Hag stick to your guns and stick to the project, and I was saying that, boy.
to look back and also say, hey boy, Dan, today I was given my girlfriend the story of Gabriel Heinzer and Patrice Evra. And it's just to say that sometimes when they give a man an opportunity, he does run with it. And this, let me see what the second keeper has done.
Yeah, like we paying on what we really getting, I mean? So like yeah, he have the idea in his head, yeah, Ten Hag have this idea, but he not matching up to the idea, he not doing anything for the team right now. So bench him. Like
Yeah.
teach him a lesson, like
Man, Vida had to be the best fan in all of we here, Vida is 21, Vida only know Manchester shit,
I actually only know the team and shit. So like this is so
Vida
good
don't know we
performance
as
to
winning,
be
We get spoiled, We get
Facts.
spoiled.
Credit to you, Vida. Credit to you,
Yes.
because I mean it's rough. It's
It
rough.
don't
We
have
still
much-
have the past to hold on to. Fergie
Yes,
days, we still
it
have
don't
to
have
hold on
much.
to.
Manchester don't have much new age fans, You know who's a new age fan? Like my son. He had no choice but to be a Manchester supporter because I programmed him.
Yeah.
But outside of that, Vida, credit to you.
Let me just get some of the comments, guys, and let me move on, right? Because as Simeon said, I want to talk about Ten Hag a little bit, right? Kurt's on the inside. Kurt, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He said, nice to see a lady on the podcast tonight. All right.
Well, thank you.
Night. I just saying, Reem, may I remind you of his mistake versus Galatasaray at Old Trafford? There's at least 6 points.
That's
I'm
right.
defending the man, and I'm just trying to look at it objectively, right? Christian still watching, even though Christian say you go and study. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, he's saying Paul Scholes said after the game, I think Mino needs a run in the team. The back four needs protecting. No one senses danger as much as this young lad. And I agree with him. I saw numerous times today we were leading 2-0. As soon as we have the ball, and Amrabat running high up the pitch like he wants to score. Right? I don't know if that is what Ten Hag coaching them meant to do, because he doesn't do that in previous teams from watching him play. But Birds, you as a CDM play a role. When you lose the ball, that. Right? Could say, imagine 3 away Champions League games, we scored 9 goals and still lost.
I agree with Christian there, wholeheartedly. I agree.
Yeah.
And as we said earlier, you can't have, it's a dangerous thing. And we said it in the last podcast. The youth have the awareness, but bro, that's why there's other midfield partnerships. And putting them to play with Scott McTominay or Amrabat, who I don't want these men like the awareness in the center there is null and void. Everybody wants to run up and score.
Yeah. Jesus saying here, I think Onana a little heavy set, maybe causing him issues in getting down properly. We're supposed to have been working out these basics with goalkeeping coaches. Yeah, I think we're too far into the season for this to be an issue, Jesus, right? Because then we had to sack all them goalkeeping coaches.
If we talk about heavy set, let me call me not no international goalkeeper. That nonsense. Boy, bench here.
Yeah. Jody saying here, while he should have saved the first goal, you have to look at what caused it. The midfield was out of position, causing Bruno to commit a foul. Now, this is what I want to talk about, right? So I'm glad Jody bring this up, because it had a couple things that led to to this set piece.
Yep.
And then even where I'm blaming Amrabat once because Amrabat was out of position. Bruno had to come back to cover him. Right? And then Bruno and them fellas and them don't really think in terms of where you choose to trip up a man, right? The next part of that play, right? Onana, as the goalkeeper, you have a responsibility to set your wall. If you see two Galatasaray players in the wall, oh gosh, come on. I am play football at no profession. I am play professional football at that level, right? And you go tell the defenders, hey, stand up behind them fellas, stand up in front of them fellas and them. There's a trap door right there. There's a trap door. Anytime you see two men stand up in your wall, there's a trap door. Them fellas gonna move and the ball gonna come through that same space. So why you as a goalkeeper can say, hey, Alia, just put two players behind them now. Even though you anticipating the ball might go over the wall, it's still a trap.
It's
still an open door for you and a clear shot at goal. So Bruno, I don't know how to take stick for that. Right? Good saying here we're lacking physical and mental steel. Alright, Kristen saying here.
Physical. It's mental. Our mental boy.
In my opinion, De Gea time was up. As great as he was for us, you could see how much better and composed our defense is with a keeper who could play out from the back, especially Maguire. But Onana, he could only play with his foot because he can't save easy goals. Yeah, Rishi on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He could take an hour off to study. We allow him an hour, right?
You allow that hour because studying with that kind of stress, yeah.
Yeah. Rishi saying here, Onana single-handedly got us eliminated, right? The goals he conceded were significant. Yes, team sport, and they all have part to play, but Onana's blunders cost us victories in 2 games at least. Yeah, I think we kind of unanimously agreed on that. All right, Jody saying here, he won us this game. The convo would have been those first 2 goals we scored. Yeah, boy, nobody are talking about them 2 goals ever. Hey, boy.
Onana goal.
Say that again, Vida?
I say Hoyland was good. Ganacho was good.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that them fellas and them, you're scoring, but then again, you're getting overshadowed by these kind of errors and these kind of mistakes.
And these are the young players.
Yeah, it is the young players.
Leave Onana in goal. We out of all other competitions and he's performing in the PL. Give him a rest of the give him the rest of the season and then we can assess moving forward.
AFCON coming up here. Remember that. AFCON is coming up.
Yeah.
And he's back with the national team, right?
Yeah. I think the coach got fired, so.
So are we saying that we're not gonna give the new keeper, the second keeper, no kind of playing time, and come January, we just gonna say, hey, time for you to save now? That is level mad.
Good saying here. So why not give the other? So So I mean, everybody had this question, right? I mean, we could see. JP saying here, Onana started to redeem himself, but we needed a big player performance in a big game, and he'll really drop the ball. Yeah. Nigel saying AFCON soon come, we will see. All right, JP saying here, but we know Ten Hag, so we know he ain't dropping him. I was saying, right?
And then Ten Hag had to choose if he wants to work.
Yeah. Aaron on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, how is it every other team gets a player and they don't have to acclimatize? Other teams, men come in and hit the ground running.
Well said, Teach. Well said, Teach.
Dion on the inside, thanks for joining, Dion Sosa. He's saying, if you bench Onana, you can destroy his confidence even more. A goalkeeper needs time to sort things out. Most of the times, it's not a technical flaw, it's mental. So we get one opinion from one perspective from Aaron, and we get a next perspective from Dion. All right. Yeah.
But it's not like this is Onana's first time in this situation, It's not like the first time he, playing Champions League. He did it before, so.
Yeah, and there's the thing. So this is what making this whole situation so complex, so complicated because Onana in his prime, he's 27, 26, 27, right? And as you say, Veda, he played in Champions League. He was the best goalkeeper last season in the Champions League. So we expecting him to come in here and hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, earlier, this Man United jersey,
Heavy.
all right? Oh yeah, just now. Jody saying here, yes, boy, Phil. How long again we will come on this show for therapy, boy? All right, and Nigel saying here, Phil like a boss. Right, I don't know what that in relation to, right?
That was referring to your comment, Reem, with regards to dropping Onana because we don't know how he may feel. And
Okay,
I
okay,
had to backpedal and say I had to say, well, how do we as
how?
fans feel,
Okay, okay,
right?
okay, okay,
So
okay. Right, yes, yes. Could say here, it's really amazing that no one ever reached for the here. Yeah, I think Chef was saying that as well, right? Um, I just try to stay away from this live. Damian. um, Ten Hag have no favorites. Then Anthony is what boy? Yeah, Ten Hag have
boy,
plenty favorites,
I done with
right?
Anthony, boy, I done.
Nigel saying here the project didn't work with the keeper who came in for Joe Hart either. We see real ruthlessness. I think this was with City, right? Um, Isaac saying
And
big
to
up
that point,
Vida,
that you see
right?
that point? That is my problem with Ten.
Mm-hmm.
That is my biggest problem with Ten Hag this season. Bro, you see same man who run Ronaldo from Manchester. Yes, the same man has Sancho benching. Then it cannot be that you're only ruthless to certain players at certain times. You have to be ruthless to these shitums that you bring to the club too. What the hell is Anthony purpose? Like serious. What is this man friggin' purpose?
I gotta tell you something now, because Anthony right now is just a Brazilian fidget spinner, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here we're going on, right? We did mention with regards to Onana and AFCON, right? Let's go back to last season. When Lissandro Martinez got a fifth yellow card, Ten Hag and every Man United fan knew that he would not be able to face the first leg versus Barcelona. So in the games leading up to Barcelona, what Ten Hag did, put Luke Shaw at centre back to
That's right.
brace him to play next to Rafael Varane, so that
Yep.
when leg versus Barcelona come, he's not just putting Luke Shaw immediately into centre back and saying, "Okay, do a job." He plays Shaw, I think, versus Everton at left centre back, and probably two or three other games. If Ten Hag was smart around Christmas time or even before,
Like
start playing
no.
this Turkish
Like no.
goalkeeper to get him accustomed to this team, so that when Onana goes to AFCON, is not like a flash in the pan, right?
Yeah.
The Turkish goalkeeper will not be coming in cold, right? Start the Turkish goalkeeper, well, not against Newcastle, obviously, right? But I mean, there has to be at least one or two games before Andrew Onana goes to AFCON that the Turkish goalkeeper can get in. At least one or two. At
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Alan on the inside, good night, man. He's saying, is it too late to get a refund from Onana? Yeah, definitely. Enter take that money. Them must spend it already. Enter spend that money
That money
already.
that's right.
Yeah. Actually saying here, goal number one. Trailing mids not doing their job. Sancho was the only man who used to lie behind wall. Okay, yeah, lie down behind the wall. Yeah, exactly. Right, what happened there? Goal number two, Onana scoop the ball, not punch or palm back into the net. Goal number three, as simple as a wide pass to Martial couldn't be made by Shaw. Martial didn't fight for the ball after the bad pass. Shaw out of position. Poor Meno, only a man standing. Onana positioning was very, very poor. Yeah, very poor. Uh, so earlier, let me put this one out there. As usual, I will start with you, Veda. Right? This was Ten Hag's comment. So we're gonna talk about Ten Hag before we wrap it up. after the game. So Ten Hag was saying here, we were winning and then we're losing points, meaning that we found ourselves in a position where we were drawing the game, right? We should have taken 3 points. That was the case. That was also the case at home versus Galatasaray, away versus Copenhagen. We played so good. I have to compliment the team, right? But in the same moment, I have to criticize the team and as a manager, well, and take responsibility as himself, right? Basically, we're saying we are not defending good enough. We are leading 3-1. You cannot afford the mistakes we're making because that makes a difference, right? So we have a host of players that we could identify, mistakes that they made, and we could call them out. But Vida, what you think, Ten Hag have to take responsibility for today?
I think I feel like he shows some kind of biasness with regards to players because he would talk about the defense being poor. He would talk about losing control in the midfield, but he wouldn't talk about the elephants in the room. And he has been close to players like Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo and whatever. I think he just has to take a step back and look at evaluate his signings before he brings people into the club. Because nobody he has brought Israeli outrightly performing well. And I think we have an issue with management, and obviously we can't just sack a manager or whatever. But I think he has to just have a different approach to his players with regards to his tough love attitude, in my opinion. We're not there, we can't see what happening, but I just feel like his approach with players is very biased, and that kind of has swayed my opinion on him as a manager. But yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I fully agree with that in terms of how he treats with because before I move on to the other guys here, he's saying that he can't play Menu back to back after injury, but Menu has been back long before Shaw, and Shaw play
Back to
Saturday or
back.
Sunday, and he played today. I don't understand them thing,
None.
right? Similarly, you say you
And
would
me
play
no younger
players,
and
yeah, and he
fitter.
younger. You say you're playing players, you would reward players based on performances, right? And I still don't understand why it is when you're taking off Hoyland, when you're bringing on Martial, you have to take on Hoyland. You have to take off Hoyland. Why you can't play two of them at the same time? I just have a hard time understanding some of the tactical. But anyway, let me put it out there. Go ahead. Floor open.
What was the question again?
Based on the comments,
Ten
he had
Hag.
after the game, Ten Hag, what responsibility he could take from today.
I mean, Ten Hag definitely has to hold himself accountable, and I think he's doing that. But Ten Hag got to dig a little bit deeper, right? You have to analyze Manchester United as a whole, and not as okay, these are the players that I used to coach at Ajax. These are the players that also played in the Eredivisie. These are the players that I came and found at Manchester United. You have to look at Manchester United as a whole. Take off the favoritism goggles because that wasn't you last season, right? This season is almost like you're having some favorites in your team, and that has to go, right? This whole thing about injury, because I remember Erling Haaland was injured, Bukayo Saka was injured, and Arteta, as soon as those guys were fit, they were back in games like that. 1 game, 2 games, 3 games starting on the bounce for both Bukayo Saka and Erling Haaland, Arsenal and Manchester City, respectively, right? So this whole thing about Kobe Menu can being played back to back, I don't buy it, right? Because let's be real, we can't do no worse than Scott McTominay. We can't, right? At the end of the day, as well, we need more actions over essays, right? I want you because Reem, I've been telling you this for the last couple of months now. Roll on 2024, right? I can repeat it again. Roll on 2024 because something needs to be done in this January transfer window. 2 center backs and 2 midfielders, I could work with that. But I can say something controversial. And maybe you guys can correct me. Vida, you could correct me as well. People in the comments can correct me as well. The only Ten Hag signing that has worked out thus far are Lissandro Martinez and maybe to some extent Casemiro.
What controversial about that? Well, I'm trying to see what you say wrong. That's a fact.
I agree. I think to add to that too, I think you have to look at training and whatever. Because why all the players trying to score? Why all of them out of position? Why, like, what's the issue with that and him?
Play your position.
If
That is a
everybody played in
midfielder.
position,
Play midfield.
yeah, if everybody played in position, we wouldn't have everybody flying through a midfield.
This will rather done.
Yeah.
All you watch how that center, that fielders look. It is be like, ole!
Yeah, we always
It literally does be so open. That's what we're gonna play against Newcastle. Newcastle is going to kill us.
Yo,
Hear what I'm
this
saying,
game,
right? Go ahead, Simeon. Go ahead.
now this game, like, it reeks of like just free fall. Like Galatasaray bait us into a free fall.
Yes.
It's like, because we know men saying Bruno look real good. Like, yeah, if Bruno play games like this all the time, he's gonna look good. If we play, we're gonna look good. We could do this all day. But when you have Scott McTominay, who are Scott McTominay and Bruno Fernandes, who are responsible for getting back and defense, you're gonna fail every time. Amrabat, Amrabat can't know what he's doing, but he's not supposed to be up there. But Bruno Fernandes and because Scott McTominay is trying to score, right?
Yeah.
We know he can't track back. I mean, track back. He don't know when nobody is. Bruno can't tackle for nothing. Bruno can't catch the body and stop the ball. He have to foul. Like, we got bait into these games where nobody, not Ten Hag, not Bruno, not Maguire, not Onana say, hey fellas, we up 3-1 or we up 2-0. Hey, we ain't gotta do this. You ain't got no leadership.
Also,
Not Ten Hag.
I was just about to go there. This
Yeah.
team has no leadership. I kid you not. If this was Real Madrid under Sergio Ramos, if this was Barcelona under Carlos Puyol, if this was any other team like in Italy under like Zanetti or Francesco Totti with Roma and Inter Milan, we parking the bus. I ain't care what nobody tell me. Had Ten Hag been subbed for Jose Mourinho at 3-2, we winning 3-2. We winning
But then,
3-2, buddy.
here's the thing, right?
3-1. 3-1. Not even 3-2.
Yeah.
If you also this, I just sometimes wonder where this thinking when it comes to football, then you're up 2-0 at home against a team that needs to win or needs a result. Them have to come to you.
Chef, you got to mention up 2-0 away. Away.
Away. In hell.
Yeah.
In hell.
Away.
Hell.
Them have to come to you. So if at halftime you realize, okay, we up 2-0, but our midfield still not protecting the defense. Brother man, make subs one time and park the damn bus and let them come at us and we hit them on the counter attack.
Exactly.
Ferguson, the great Fergie, used to be love these kind of games. Manchester up 2-0 away, bus going and park.
But watch this. I mean, how you have Bruno behind McTominay? McTominay ain't the best one, but at least he can throw a frame, hit somebody. Or you can have Bruno that makes no sense. Tell McTominay, okay, you ain't gotta score no more goals, be good, stay back. Or change the formation. McTominay still up there, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense. Bruno can't tackle nobody.
Stay back.
Cut can't
That's
crack
all.
nobody.
Stay back. You have you have speedy wingers who going to be your outlet, and and just spray the ball to them, get the ball wide, and let me take it to, because they're going to have to
No,
come to us. Dan, you see
yeah,
what you say, Simeon, about getting bait? We take that bait so nice today because Dan Galatasaray know in a structured game, they're not beating Manchester. The game have to be open like this. This dirty Zaha. Boy, I want this Zaha get kicked down every time. Because Zaha can make a note. Is we giving him opportunity? Ten Hag had to take blame. Had to, and I don't know about all you, but I'm so sick. Uh, After we do a bag of shit and throw away a game, the post match press conference, men coming to talk shit and bullshit we. Ten Hag do it. I don't know who idea it was to let Scott McTominay talk after this game. I want to pelt my TV. I said, don't come off my TV now, please. Sick of this shit, boy.
He must score a goal. Job done, right? He gonna start next game. McTominay score a goal. He figure, okay, well, that's his job. I mean, you have to wonder, like, McTominay, what's his role in this team? And I said it was scoring
Yeah,
goals, but if Garnacho scoring goals, if Bruno scoring goals, we don't need McTominay up there trying to score goals. It's simple. I don't know why. At 60 minutes in, they couldn't tell McTominay to just stay back. It's I don't get it, man.
I think with it and
so
stuff
wait,
too,
wait,
like
what?
your decision making, like you had to know we up, like stay back. You don't have to score no more goals. We already in the lead.
In
But
game
it
management
goes
is
back,
for sure.
it goes back, Vida, to what Phil, Simeon, all of us have been saying about leadership. My thing is there, and this is why sometimes I just had to wonder about the mentality of our players. I find these men as professionals. A coach don't have to come on the field and tell you them things, dog. While you're playing football all your life, all your life, somebody had to tell all you, hey, hold the line. We leading. They have to come to us. Then it is to, and people will say, hey, it's easy to fall into say that because all you're on the couch. Then all we talking is common sense here.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And as
you're
simple
you're
as
meant you're,
passing to your players. Pass, like look for who free, look for who open, pass to them.
you have your mentality has to change when you are away from home playing
Yes,
a team that will have more possession than you, or a low block team. That's what makes good managers and average
that's right.
managers from great managers, right?
Yep,
As somebody mentioned in the comments, 3-1 up because we scored our third goal, I think, in like the 55th minute, right?
yeah.
Bruv, what is going to happen is this here.
Was
We can, I guess, I'm not going to say fully party bus. I can say semi party bus, right? This is what's going
yes.
to happen now, right? About 9 of our players or 8 of our players going to be defending, and you leave Hoyland up top, right? You know
You
what
need toilet, and
you know
it's supported by the two speedy wingers.
You know what Galatasaray are going to do now? Galatasaray are going to need one or two goals. So what they're going to do? They're going to sacrifice one of their defenders or wing backs
That's
and put
right.
on their
And
striker.
push them on top.
And you know what's going to happen? Their defense will be weaker now that they sacrifice one or two defenders. And now, what will happen now? Hoyland
One
got
be
food.
one be one.
Hoyland got food. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. But
And I
today,
don't know, boy. I don't know. People that say that they like this expansive kind of football. Boy, that expansive kind of football is only be nice when you're winning.
oh boy. I don't know.
Very.
That's a good question. I hear messaging right now. Because none of us ain't got control of this podcast. Oh boy.
No, man. Like the balance of this team has been off. Like you put McTominay and Bruno in midfield, and like the balance just is not there. Like I know Casemiro injured, I know Mount injured. Who else? I even know who else we have. But like we have no balance. Like you can't have Bruno and McTominay play in midfield, especially when you're trying to defend. It makes zero sense. I mean, I'd like to see Hannibal in there, but
Dan,
um,
we
I
could
don't.
take to see Hannibal there.
Iman is foul too much. I get that, but still, He's a better all round player than
Mm.
fellas.
Dan,
Hannibal,
them
But his
fellas.
power real
Hannibal,
plenty too.
Hannibal tracks back.
Yeah,
Scott,
He does. He does. What it would take, just and Simeon here, um, Phil could attest to something I've been saying for a long while. Jed, we don't like to lose, but if I see we playing our young players who deserve that playing time and be building something, I could take that, you know. I could take that, but you can't tell me you're playing these seasoned players who not playing the position and all you're going down with that boy. So you telling me you will lose your work playing that you will sit and say, well, let me get Hannibal. I watching our bench today and all these young players who had a real good preseason. None of them could see this playing time in front of Scott McTominay, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Even in front of Bruno at times. Nah, boy, then you deserve to lose your work.
boy, at times I wish Scott McTominay could go to AFCON as well, too, boy. I wish.
Oh, sorry about that, right? Tell me, how we touch the comments at all?
Nah, you
Wow,
are control of that.
yeah, only you got control of that.
All right. Let me just get the comments real quick here. JP saying here, Ten Hag too predictable. Only remember last pod when I said McTominay not starting.
Yeah,
Ten Hag
JP
keeping the
said it.
same formation but just switching players. Yeah. So what does Scott do? Yeah.
Yeah,
Van City red on the inside saying Ten Hag out. What? Bad management. What? Man jumping out yourself, boy. Kurt saying here Scott was also a striker, bro. Nah, this wrong. Kurt, we're getting the information from the man. Come out and say he was never a striker. Alright?
so what if he was a striker?
Javier saying here,
Is
I
he a
don't care
striker in
about
this team?
his position. No, he's not. He was never a striker. He was never a striker. Yeah, Mourinho would have definitely like these kind of games
Yeah,
to park the bus. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Doing on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. All right. Jody saying here, Chef is our Man United thing, boy.
boy,
Right.
boy, please.
Davian saying here, this was a must-win game. Performance didn't matter. Just 3 points. But park the bus. United up 3-1 and playing like we chasing aggregate score in a semi-final. Yeah, real unfortunate. I think that brings us to the end of the game, fellas. We have Newcastle on
Jesus
the weekend.
Christ. Number one, put Isaac in my fantasy team one time.
you already in mine. Uh-huh.
I sure he busting me now. Oh,
How we feeling about Newcastle earlier? How we feeling? We positive,
licks,
optimistic.
licks. And I don't care who want to tell me as a paper fan. Licks.
I'll put it this way: I have more confidence in Newcastle third team than I do in our first team. Again,
No, but watch that team Newcastle went with to France to play PSG, right? And they run PSG, and they have so much injuries in that team, eh?
So much injuries.
Vera, how you feeling about
They hit Chelsea 3 as well.
Yeah, Chelsea now get beat up. How you feeling about the game? What do you think?
Newcastle is a properly run team. Imagine that.
Not
Newcastle, you know.
We just won.
Well, Reem asked us how we feeling about this game versus Newcastle. What would you like me to say, Reem? You tell me what I should say, and I will say it back to you.
We winning and Martial scoring a hat trick.
Any podcast now, please. Oh my God.
The man asked me. What the man asked me, Phil? Phil, we asked me.
Reem, you could please come out of the wonderful world of
I would
Disney
expect that
back
from
to
Simone.
reality.
Martial score a hat trick versus Newcastle this weekend. All right. All right, boy. Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it.
Let me
And
get some
I
comments
want
on
to see
the
Martial and Hoyland and that team take on that field together sober just to see what will happen. Eh?
correct is right. Let me just get the last set of comments. Guys, and we look to wrap it up now and get closing towards something, right?
Yeah.
Alan saying here, Fergie dreamed of these types of away games, 3-1
Yeah.
up, and he used to tell them fellas, pass the ball and let them come at you, thereby opening up space in their back line.
That's right. Common sense.
I think that's the naivety that that Ten Hag have. I mean, I don't want Ten Hag change, his philosophy in wanting to attack, because some people just feel that because you play pragmatic in some games, that's your style. I don't want Ten Hag to change, but I just want to adjust, his philosophy to be a little more dynamic in game management. You could lock up shop, nothing wrong with that. But just
Yeah,
don't
no,
go
that's true.
full. Yeah, just don't go full Jose Mourinho park the bus kind of business, right? Do your attacking thing, because we want to attack, but know when to change it up and say, well, hey, let me sit back, let me preserve this 3-1 lead, and let me win the game, Jody's saying here, brace yourself for this weekend. Kurt's saying here, what's the panel view on Radcliffe investment? Next podcast, right?
Have a good night. Have a good night, Kurt.
Radcliffe hasn't done anything as yet, so there's no input on the investment as yet. So
That ain't even confirmed up to now.
yeah, that's a question for next summer, if possible.
No, but fair to Kurt, it have plenty talking points about it, right? What we could say just now is that it ain't gonna be Qatar, right?
Right now, I hear you, but right now, that ain't our talking point. The talking point is how we lost that game that we should have won today.
True.
And
Alan saying here,
then
Onana
have
will give
Newcastle
Newcastle a
after.
goal for sure.
So basically, we going
Jody
into Saturday 0-1 then, or 1-0.
Jesus, look what Jody said.
I did Juju boss, Alright, so you can see Jody, you better who's scoring them goals by? Martial?
Yeah,
Marcel could score. Marcel could put. Jody, you
saying
know
I had
that
to see
not
Rashford on the
happening.
bench for that game.
You know that
Yeah,
not happening.
Ten Hag dropping Rashford. Especially when we got rested, right? JP saying here, hopefully Newcastle tired from that PSG run.
Yeah, right.
Right, so let's see if Kobe starts, but we know Scott will be starting also. Alright.
Nah,
So
Kobe was
guys, I think we've come to the end of the pod. It was a good therapy session, what do you think of Vida debut?
Big up to Vida, boy. The youngster, the youngster in the crew.
Don't mind us
Sitting
ranting
here.
and don't mind us ranting and getting on bad and all that. We
Yeah,
are
well done, Vida. Well done.
well
It
done.
was nice meeting everybody.
Yes,
Great debut. I wish
likewise.
it could have been under better circumstances, but it is what it is, though. So.
Well, I was hoping for a win, so I wouldn't have to come on here and just, get on like a fool.
I assure
Credit to Jody.
everybody. Look, he wants to big up. Give him the big up. Give him the big up. Give him the big up.
Yeah. So Jody, all right, Jody. All right, there you go. Yeah, Jody, all right.
He wants to be big up. He wants to be big up. Oh, this Jody. Yeah, this Jody. Jody is. You're not going to pull a reach on Friday, so.
Chris on the inside, again, Chris, the last comment, he said we scored the most goals in the Champions League this season. Well, so far, right? and it could be
Yeah,
that could be
I'm
the end of
still
it.
out.
Yeah. So guys, it was nice. Thanks for those in the comments. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. Simeon, Chef, Onana is a joke, Phil and Vera. Thanks again for coming on the pod and taking people through this therapy session. It was good. So guys, we could be here again on the weekend. We play Newcastle Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Does it even matter?
Saturday.
Well, I mean, I just say when we go be here again, right? So we will be here again on Saturday, guys.
Saturday for Asia's catering while meet Q.
Yes. So guys, it was nice, right? See you all on the next one. Have a good night, everybody. Blessings.
Blessings, brother.